How you doing today, guys? It's Rafi from Beyond the Huddle, and welcome to our weekly Bitcoin forecast. Today's actually a special edition since we finally took a trade. It's actually our first trade in over 3 months, and I will be walking you through our $300,000 Bitcoin position. And of course, tomorrow, if you guys want to stick around, you'll see our breakdown on the rest of the position. I think somewhere around 200,000 for Ethereum. So we'll be going over that. And like always, we're going to take a look at the commitment of traders, so the smart money positions, the asset managers, and kind of what I'm thinking right now to either stay on this trade and what I'm looking for to evaluate my positions, and what would make me think to get out of the trade. And then we'll, of course, give some predictions based on price when it's all said and done. So let's get started, guys. So getting started, guys, as always, we'll go over the COT first to see how the asset managers and the smart money are positioned, and then we'll take a look at our own personal positions. And again, pardon me if I'm a little out of it, or if I keep jumping around in today's video and probably tomorrow's video as well, because I am tired. As you know, most of you guys probably can relate when you have a position on, especially we're fully in the market, 100% of the portfolio, so it's always and you have to be on your game, so you don't miss something or misread something and then end up losing a lot of money. So yeah, to get started here on the COT, this past week we actually ended up seeing that the asset managers, so if we look at the left here, the institutional money, they increased 149 contracts, and they also increased 69 contracts in short. So that's going to come into play when we start talking about the COT. So the huge long in contracts, that gave us a little bit of extra confidence. So if I remember correctly, we bought on Friday or maybe Thursday night, whatever it was. So I would consider that Friday for us. And then so we ended up buying, and on Friday we saw that extra confirmation at 3:30 when the report came in. We got that extra confirmation that hell yeah, the longs had increased. But again, I am quite worried about those shorts. Because when we go into the chart here and we start looking at the positioning, so we're going to click the A here, that's how I get my positions out here, and then we go back to the weekly chart. Check this out. So remember, we're always comparing this to the past to see which model is going to come true, and currently the two models we've been talking about is either going to replicate the COVID drop from February to March, which is quite worrying, especially if you have positions open like we do. And then the second scenario that could happen is the September one, which would be quite amazing if you have positions open like we do. So let's take a look and see which one's going to potentially play out. So we can see that we're mostly long. So the asset managers are an incredibly 74% long. That's amazing. Again, if we look back at September when they made the low here, that's exactly what happened, and then they stayed there for months and months and months, and then their shorts stayed low. You guys already heard me repeat this over and over and over again, but we're going to go through it just in case you forgot. They were above the zero line, so the net position is bullish. They had more longs than shorts, and then their actual longs were above their average. So we see that checks every single tick, right? We have the longs crazily long. We have their longs above the average, so it matches everything. This one matches right here, and then this one right here matches that right there. Now, the one where we're going to start to see some differences, at least at the moment, is when we start taking a look at the longs. So remember, we had a huge increase, and that's exactly what we said we needed to see. That's already different than in February 10th. Okay, so when we look at February 10th, they dropped 1 week out, and they dropped again the second week out. You can see right here, we dropped 1 week out, but the second week out, we had this huge increase in longs. And again, that's what gave us the confidence to expect some sort of sizable move in this market. Now, what do we need to keep seeing? If we look at September, when the market started to trend, we had longs increase, longs increase, longs increase, and so on and so forth. And even here, when they would quickly go below the average, and they would quickly go above. And you can see right here that even though the longs were messing around going up and down in around November, October, the shorts never really got too high. But look what's happening now. We had that huge decline in shorts that we wanted to see. And again, we've been wanting to see this since like ever. I don't know why this box always keeps disappearing on us. So we have this right here. And then we wanted it to do exactly what September did, big drop. And now look, we have this retracement. So that's the same retracement 1 week out from the drop that we saw back in August before the low was made. Now, that's a bit different because right now we've already pulled away from that low. In September, we stayed at the low until the shorts were completely basically at zero. I think the lowest it got was 1. So that's interesting right there in itself. So for me to feel good about this position and think that we're actually going to break this premium here that we see in price, you see right here. So let's mark that out. For me to think that from this swing high here, and then that's like the worst premium I've ever done in my life, the worst eclipse. So that's your swing high right here. This is your swing low, and now we're gonna go ahead and draw out the premium in that. You guys can already see that my brain's hardly working right now. I literally only have like 4.5 hours of sleep at the moment, but you know, you gotta make the content for you guys. Gotta keep you happy. Gotta keep you updated. So actually, yeah, we could have kept that red. So you can see right here, that's kind of why I'm targeting the 47.5 to 54. Again, without getting too much into PA. But the point is, if we see the shorts increase this Friday, then I'll likely want to see some sort of reversal here. Now, I would like to see then, again, if this is going to reverse here, eventually we'd want to see the reduction in longs, increase in shorts. If it's going to crush it like it did back here when they made a premium, and again, I didn't use COT back then. Had I done so, we would have crushed this market. But you can see here, we just didn't use it because we didn't really think it would work here. But you see here, it hit the premium. But remember, the longs were reduced, and the shorts were reduced. The longs were going up. The net position was bullish, and you were overall net long, right? Crazily percentage long. And that's exactly what we want to keep seeing here. So we don't want these shorts to increase. The fact that they did go up, we're hoping that that's just replicating that 1 week out that we just saw here on the COT. So there you have it. That's kind of what I'm thinking about the positions, right? And again, you got to see a little bit of the price action. So let's move on and see what other metrics we can bring up to kind of tell us what more we can think. Okay, so now on to some very concerning news and something that could potentially play into why we expect a premium sell at around the 47 to 54K zone. And remember, guys, that was the all-time high. So although the COT is looking nice, although we are long, we have to be careful that we don't replicate the March in February. So take a look at this right here. This right here is BTC USD minus BTC USD. Okay. This is the Bitcoin longs minus the Bitcoin shorts from Bitfinex. Now, if you've ever seen this, most people would usually just show you the Bitcoin longs. And then they'll show you the shorts, but I've never really seen anyone try to create a net position out of it. We also have a percentage position. Again, it's nothing too complicated. All you have to do is subtract them from each other or divide them. But if you take that same exact idea of what we use in the COT, where we're comparing the percentages and kind of how that's flowing, right? We want to see the net position. That gives more insight to just seeing the longs by themselves or the shorts by themselves. I see people all the time, oh, look, the shorts are straight down. Yeah, but why does it matter if the shorts are straight down if the longs are not up, right? That means there's no incentive for people to short, or maybe they're covering their shorts and that's why the market is rallying, but there's no actual longs being added. So that's just like, it's floating the price higher on fake move. So without getting too much into a rant, because again, this is something we've never covered before. I want you guys to take a look at and just picture yourselves. I'm not going to break it down too much, but every time that this drops, essentially look at this right here, right? The very high in the net position. So remember the February 10th high. So right here, it peaks. It goes up one more week on February 17th, and then price just absolutely collapses. Okay? And I'm sorry, the net position absolutely collapses. Okay? So then when you look at that net position, you can go ahead and take a look at the longs and see, okay, well, did it happen because longs fell or because shorts increased? Well, I'm going to save you the trouble and tell you it was both. The shorts increase and the longs decrease. Okay, remember, we're taking a look at margin accounts. These are leverage traders, so it's very important for us to know what they're doing, because usually when their positions get too high, Like the longs, literally we are at an all-time high in longs, and we just rejected. So we've been rejecting for the past 3 weeks while the Bitcoin market has been going up, right? So something is floating price, and I am not really enjoying the fact that these longs are declining, and now the nail in the coffin that I've been waiting for is the shorts increasing. Notice that the same exact time that the longs were increasing, so check this out, the same exact time the longs have been decreasing, the shorts have also been decreasing, and that's what I'm saying. You see, had you look at that by themselves, you wouldn't have thought anything about it. But now when you start to look at the shorts started to increase as of last week, I think it happened Thursday or Friday, and now this week they're straight up. So price is going straight up, the net position is straight down, the longs are straight down, the shorts are increasing, and I think this net position is also coming from an all-time high. I mean, you can see it right here. I am very worried that we might have another repeat of the February move. Now let's go take a look at the shorts and see what they did during February of 2020. You can see right here they went straight down, and then they quickly started to work their way up all the way up until they peaked in March. Again, that was the low of Bitcoin market. And then they try to retest it here in April. Now once the market started trending in April, look what the shorts did. Massive decline, which again led to a healthy long-term move higher in prices. Let's see what the longs did back then. So back in February, look at that. I'm sorry, this is the net position. So let's go to March and April and February. There it is. So February 10th on the longs, the exact high in price. The next week, straight down, straight down, straight down. Look at that. So the longs literally called the high in the market back in February. And why could you have seen this coming? Oh, look, all-time high in longs. Too many people were long, so you had to shake them out of the market on a very super aggressive move. And then what happened here? You started to see some rally, some longs in April, and then it pumped again in June. And then, again, you can study these. All you have to do is type in BTC USD longs. You look at the Bitfinex, you look at the BTC USD shorts. And then to create the net position one more time, guys, it's BTC USD longs minus BTC USD shorts. So again, I am very worried right now as we come up into this premium zone. We might see some quite aggressive moves. Maybe it's down to here. Maybe it's a 20% candle all the way down to here. I want to make sure I protect my portfolio and my positions in the case that that were to happen. We don't want to get caught with our pants down on one 30-minute, one 5-minute candle that just goes 15, 20, 40%. So yeah, well, again, this is something for us it's a developing thing. This is something for us to keep an eye on. So now that we've talked about a bullish scenario-ish, I guess, kinda, depending how these shorts behave on this Friday for the asset managers, and now that we've given you some insights as to what the margin traders are doing here on Bitfinex and why we should be a little bit worried here, actually quite worried, especially as we hit this premium, let's go take a look at price action and wrap up with that. Actually, our positions and price action, and we'll wrap up with that. Okay, guys, so now back to what everyone wants to see is the positions and kind of what I'm thinking about the market now that we've gone over 2 reasons. One in the COT, why we could be bullish if we keep seeing the longs increase and the shorts decrease. Very, very important. And the second, why it could be bearish if the shorts increase in the COT, the longs get reduced right at this premium, and then we see the margin accounts are already telling us there's a warning signs in the structure of the market. So now that we understand those things, if you guys noticed, by the way, if you flip through the video earlier when I was making it, prices would look different, and that's because as I was making it right around here, we had this pretty decent about 3% drop in the market, so I had to monitor my levels to make sure that we didn't break below anything important. And as we look at the thing right here, again, we want to take a look at the S&P/DT. And so taking a look at the S&P/DT, let's get rid of some of the stuff here from earlier. We're above the quarterly, so let's hide everything. Okay, so let's get rid of this. We're above the quarterly right here. And remember, the purple zone basically told us that we were going to be long-term bullish. So this week, last week we were just looking for reasons to buy. Now we did end up getting that. So if we look at this here, I had made a tweet last week that we went below the short-term zone that made us bearish. So it was right here. It had hit it, rejected right off of it. I thought we were going to continue to go down maybe a little bit further to the quarterly open or something like that, but we ended up not doing that, and then we ended up going straight up. And of course, when we broke back above this, then we had to make our decision. So our decision was, okay, we either buy right now, I was just testing this as support, or we go ahead and just wait for the monthly open just to be a little safer, on the safer side. And we did decide to do just that one. And as you can see right here, as soon as it broke, so this is around 41.8, somewhere around there right here, is when we decided to get into our positions. So here, again, you can see the breakdown of the trades. It ended up being 42.8, 42, so this is actually a pretty bad entry. So we bought 41.8, 41.8, 41.8, and then we scaled into those trades the day after we saw the Friday confirmation of the longs increasing, even if, of course, the shorts did increase. Again, we expected some short-term moves to the upside. And so, yeah, so you can see the trades there. And we will save the Ethereum trades for tomorrow. We'll go over those. But you can see right here, we'll show them anyway, but you can see right here, that's the overall breakdown. We have around 56% of the portfolio or something like that on Bitcoin. We have 7 Bitcoins, and then of course the 73 Ethereums. And you can see price was last at 46.1, and I think price currently right now is at 45.7. So see, from when I took the screenshot, we definitely have declined some. But yeah, moving on there, you can see the positions. And now moving on to this week. So we bought somewhere around here. Now we're moving on to this week. We have the move higher. And the key is, as long as we stay above this red zone. So now we can get rid of this one. So I just wanted to keep it on the chart to explain it to you guys. Remember, every single week, these red zones could change if we do the analysis and they tell us they do. So as you can see right here, you started the week off below it. So we were kind of starting to think like, okay, maybe last week, might have been the high, and we are going to have to get out of the position or whatever it may be. But then we very aggressively broke above it, and as you can see now, we have retraced on this aggressive move here on the 1 hour chart. So this is a daily candle. So it opened here, went below it, and then went aggressively above it. So right now, what we're looking for is essentially, as long as we stay above this discount and this red zone, we're going to stay in trade. If we do go below that, we'll then have to either start scaling out or take full profits on the full position just to secure something out of this work that we put in. Again, as you've seen throughout the video, I'm a little off. I'm starting to wake up now after this adrenaline kicked in because of this 3% down move. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Again, you saw our positions, and now you can kind of sort of see, how we're thinking and how we're acting on our positions. So we waited very patiently for the purple zone last time to get turned back bullish, and now we didn't want to buy. So right here and this week the candle, we were waiting for then the monthly. So as soon as we went back above the monthly, and now we're targeting this right here. So that's about it when it comes to Bitcoin, guys. Pretty straightforward. It's just a big decision. Is it going to bounce off this premium right here? Or is it going to crush it? Again, the COT positions will let us know, and the margin account positions, again, not looking too hot right now. That does suggest there is some downside. And of course, one thing I wanted to show you was this right here, right? I mean, we have not taken a position since April. So as you can see this right here, we got out on April 18th, and this decline here was the XLM trade. So we took a trade on XLM, went up like 70% at one point. We took a trade on BCH, was up 100% and 120, 115% at one point. And then that big drop happened between April 15th or whatever like that. And then we had to cover the positions, and we ended up getting out with 30% only on XLM. And then, again, no trades ever since then. So it's been a very long time. We're happy to get into this market. And that's what you got to do. You got to stay patient. You got to stay very sharp, And then when the moment strikes, you go for it. Now, am I going to be disappointed that I only go for a 10% move? Not really. If that's what it ends up being, then it is what it is. I couldn't take the risk of this being a blow-off move like this one right here, where it just never comes back, right? So, while I don't usually, and you've heard me talk about this in my videos over and over again, while I don't usually go for about a 15, 20%, 25% move, because that was exactly my reasoning for not buying down here, I definitely had to do it this time, because again, if we blow right through that zone, there's no coming back. It should be something like this right here. So until then, guys, I'll see you tomorrow for the breakdown on the Ethereum trade. I'm just going real quickly over, why we got in, what short-term bearishness got broken to the upside. It'll be a lot like this one. That short-term bearishness that we're going to have on the chart made us get long. And then I'll be explaining sort of like, what the targets are and what I'm thinking. Again, guys, be very, very careful here in case the market decides to shoot straight down. I'll be ready. I hope you are too. And then I'll see you guys then. So take care. Make sure to subscribe if you found some value in this. Give us a thumbs up and share with any friends or family. So take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.